Shalom. All praise to the Most High. Yehoshua, this is Sounds from YYBY. Before I get into what I want to talk about, one, put out positive music, man. Let's get rid of all the negative. You already got the money. You're making decent money to feed the family. Put out some positive music. Let's put out positive stuff. Forget all this negative stuff. They don't prove nothing. We ain't proving nothing. It don't make nobody more gangster, more tougher. No, they ain't doing it to the cops. You know what I'm saying? We only doing it with each other. And also, check out my shirts that I got called, I have a high EQ. If you want one of those shirts, man, you can hit me up. I got different colors, different colors and everything with it. All right, so now, you already know what I'm about to talk about. And what people have to understand is this. How Reason was really designed. Reason was really designed not to really have VST instruments. It was really designed to just only use what they provide for you. But so many people was requesting that. They was asking for it a lot. They was angry about not having it. To where, to me personally, I actually like that y'all have the opportunity for yourselves to receive that option to use your own third-party plugins. But me personally, it defeats the purpose. And I too much, when it comes to reasons, I too much not care about it, because, and I'm gonna explain to you these reasons why. And again, like I was saying, Reason's purpose was never to design third-party plugins for it, because the way it's designed, and everybody know using Reasons, it was very low on CPU. You could use so many, even right now to this day, if you got a decent computer, you could use a lot of VST plugins and so on and so forth. You could use a lot of plugins, a lot of instruments, so on and so forth. But I know everybody who will listen to this, they say, nah, man, that's not true. It's not true with you, because you using all the third-party stuff that come from the outside. See, I focus on the stuff that's built in it. Now, Reasons have a site called Reasons Instruments Add-ons, and I'm gonna break that analogy down for y'all too, because you notice when you use third parties inside Reasons, if you open it up, it pops up on the screen. It covers the whole screen. That's how you identify what a real third-party plugin is. But what people have to understand is this: third-party plugins are code different. They are coded different than the people who create their DAW. Right? I'm trying to say this the best I can. Y'all bear with me, people. If y'all don't understand what I'm saying, just ask me. But I'm gonna try to say it the best I can. The third-party plugins are code different. So when you have a DAW and you get your new updates in your DAW, the third-party plugins don't always get an update, because it's two different companies. They update theirs when they can. They update their plugins when they run into problems, with people saying that it's not functioning inside that DAW. And it's like 99 DAWs they got to keep up with. So it's two different codes. So that's already the key problem right there, why you have a lot of CPU problems when you're using Reasons. Plugins like auto tunes, those CPU intensive VST instruments that come from native instruments, or the Symphonics Jones, and it's so many of them, man. Like, they got some very expensive, huge VST instruments that take a lot of CPU. They was never really made for Reasons. That was Reasons really playing. I really think so. Their idea was to keep everything on the inside and just provide whatever they provide for you. But I want to make this short. So the problem is that I think a lot of people have a problem with CPU because of they're using the third-party instruments. So Reasons made this stuff called the add-on. What the add-on is that when you buy something from the add-on, it's specially made for Reasons. That's why the Auto-Tune the company Auto-Tune have their own plugin that's made for the add-ons. because the add-ons don't sit on it don't cover the screen. You know, it don't cover the screen. It sits exactly inside the rack. When you're using third parties, when you're using third-party instrument plugins and everything, when you go to the effects and you drop it in. Hold on, let me go to one. Do I got one on here? Nah, I think I don't got it on here. But use the third-party ones, it pops open and it covers the screen. When you use the ones they call the add-ons that people specially made for reasons, those sits in the rack where they don't block you from doing your editing and all that. You got to close the plugin just to get it out the way so you can do what you have to do. Right? That's one part that's annoying. That's why so many people like Bitwig. But to each his own, because Studio One, you know, it pops up on the screen. But the thing with Studio One, that the third parties, the stock function well. And a lot of people have problems even with third party. People have problems with third parties in every DAW. It's been through since I was young. It's always been problems with third parties. I was in love with third parties, man. I got caught up in that stuff, and it gives problems. That's why I was always trying to search for something that the stock provides everything I need, and I can also add, you know, whatever. So Reason was like, hey, you know what? Since everybody want third party stuff, we know that the way we design our program, the functionality of our program is not really good with outside third parties. So we'll give y'all that since y'all complaining about it, but it's gonna come with problems because of our coding, how we code our DAW. You know, so over the time we got to build it, so you got to deal with it because we never wanted to add it anyway. But what we will do is come up with a better idea called the add-ons, where these companies can create a special add-on inside Reasons. So for example, like when I bought this Omega mastering clipper right here, if you click on it right here and you see it, I don't know if you can see it, but this is right here. But this is the third party, but it's come from the add-ons. It don't cover the screen, so it's specially code for Reasons. So like even when I turn around, you still can rack it up and all that, and it's built inside the rack. I like that better. One, because it don't block the screen. Because they not CPU intensive when you dealing with the third party ones. Because when you buy the third party outside stuff, it's not coded correctly for Reasons. Even if they code it and it works with it, that's fine. But every DAW deal with that. And I know somebody gonna get on and say, yeah, well, you know, I use Studio One or I use you know, Ableton Live and I don't have no problems with them. Yeah, all right. That's why sometimes your DAW crash because of those plugins, those big old VST instruments. And the thing is, at the same time, it's like, why would you want to use so many third-party outside instruments when the suite in Reasons is ridiculous itself? But again, people, listen, don't get offended. To each his own. I'm just giving y'all an idea why y'all probably having problems in Reasons when it comes to CPU, because last time I checked, since the first version I ever had, I never had a CPU problem with Reasons through my computers. And I have a powerful computer right now, and I'm sure some of y'all do. I never had those problems. I can literally put about damn 100 instruments and plugins that come the stock of Reason, and I might get 3 notches. I might get 3 notches. That's it. And that's the instruments. You do that with third parties in any other DAW, you won't even get close. You won't even get 25%. It's going to crap on you and go crazy on you. Because the coding is different. They code these things, but the code is not, it's like speaking 2 different languages. It's like if you speak Spanish and I speak a different language, you won't understand me. Only to a certain extent. That's the same way how it is with these DAWs. That's why me personally, I like to deal with the stock. So even though I don't need auto-tune, Reason's got his own Neptunes. But if I use Studio One, I have the auto-tune, right? But in Studio One, let's say for sake that I wanted to buy the auto-tune, I wouldn't use the stock one, the third party one I mean. I would go buy the one that's made on the add-ons of the auto-tune inside. Matter of fact, let me go to it right quick. Let me go to it. I can pull it up. Let me go to the website. Let me go to the website. Hold on. Because I see it on here. Let me give you all an example. Hold up. Here you go, right here. Reasons. It's called auto-tune reasons. The reason why they did this because it's specially made for reasons, and you can't use it in nothing else. It's rigged up. You can rig it up perfectly and everything. Even though, yes, I know inside, you know, when you open up reasons, if you use the third-party VST instruments, I get it. It still be inside of like a little small rack. But as soon as you click it and open it up, it pops up on the screen because it's not built exactly the way Reasons designed their DAW. Same way with Bitwig. Bitwig plugins sit all on the bottom of the rack at the bottom, so they never in the way of you. So you still can tweak and edit and modulation the plugin while you still looking at the sequencer and still changing something on the sequencer. Compared to if the VST in front of you, you got to move it out the way, slide it to the left, slide it to the right, just to do some editing on your sequencer. But that situation, to each his own. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's to each his own. But the point, what I'm really trying to make is that maybe the main reason why y'all having a lot of CPU problems because of the third-party stuff y'all want to use, when really Reasons damn near provide everything you need when it comes to that. Or you can get it from the add-ons. And I get it. You don't want to waste your money from the stuff that you already paid for. You want to use it because you paid for it. But the thing is, like, you're not going to get full potential when you use the stocks. Certain DAWs is designed to where you get full potential of what you're using when you use what's already built in it. Even with Studio One, it's certain features when it comes to like side chaining, when it comes to certain features on the VST instruments that it do, that if you use a third party, it don't provide that. It's small little things that you gotta really pay attention to that it does. You know, prime example, like on the sampler in Studio One, you got a sampler. If you click on the sample inside the browser and you right click, it have an option to say send directly to sample one. And you click on it and it go directly to sample one, open up it, create a track for you and do all that. If you got a third party sampler, it won't do that for you. So those small little features matters to people who it matter to. It might not matter to you, but small little things matter to certain people when it comes chopping up samples. So the same thing with Reasons, the stock stuff, you know, has certain features. Matter of fact, even when you use the regular Reasons rack inside of another DAW, I played with it. It still has certain limitations inside, you know, another DAW compared to if you just use it inside Reasons. And that's the whole point, people. These designers and these creators, these devs, they create, they 9 times out of 10, they create their stuff to keep you with them. Why not? But if they can offer everything you need, why not? But the key thing is that I think my point is that a lot of the times the main reason why y'all probably having CPU problems is because y'all using third-party plugins, man. Y'all only use that third-party stuff. You got like 20 compressors from Waves when you got great compressors already in Reasons that you can use. You got a compressor on the XL mixer, which is dope. You got that compressor, EQs, and then if Reasons don't have something that if Reasons don't have something you need, go get it from the add-ons, because the add-ons again is built specially for Reasons to save you CPU power. This is why YBY.